Dick Dastardly. Let's leave him his helmet.
Hi there and welcome to another busy episode of Fat Boys in Lycra. Now we all have extremely busy lives and Craig is going to show you how you can run with your family and how you can buy yourself a run buggy. We catch up with George training for his Ironman in the UK, and Woolfy has been racing in a duathlon in Kent in the UK. And of course we are reviewing the Apple AirTags. And we see if we can prevent thieves from stealing our rather expensive bikes. Over to Craig.
So, what do you need to think about before you go ahead and purchase a running buggy? Now, first things first, this is not a hashtag not an expert review of my Thule run buggy. It's more just a bit of advice about the certain things that I thought about when purchasing mine and what you might like to think about before you take the plunge. The biggest factor to think about if you really want a running buggy, for me, is looking at what the manufacturers say the maximum weight capacity is. Now, I've had my buggy now for 5 years. My youngest child is only 7 and he still fits perfectly comfortable inside here. He currently weighs 19 kilos. But one of the major factors I went for this particular brand was he could actually go up to 24 kilos and still fit in there quite comfortably, perfectly well. Therefore, I've got many years worth of use out of this buggy. Also, big factor for me are the wheels. The fact that they are air and you can blow them up, and the size of them means that, especially living out here in Dubai, it will go through most sandy areas, which is a great factor, especially when you consider how much capacity and how much load you can add onto a running buggy. For example, if you want to go and do your groceries, you can fit many of them in the bottom and also hang many of them from the top also. So why did I purchase one? Well, ultimately trying to exercise whilst having small children is a lot easier said than done. Mrs. Broom's also a keen runner also, so therefore trying to stagger our runs around childcare was proving more and more difficult, and this was the perfect solution. This means that we can go out running together early in the morning, late in the evening, and we can put the little one in there and it's perfectly comfortable, it fully reclines. It's a great tool, in fact, for helping young children get to sleep. If that's a particular thing you're struggling with in the evening, I was used to go to sleep quite often in there. Also, in the morning, quite often I can take him out of bed, keep him still asleep, pop him in there, go for a run, come back, put him back into the bed, and he is none the wiser. He's got no idea we've actually been out for a run. I did once do an event. I did a 5k race using a conventional stroller, you could say, and this proved to be a bit of a disaster. The vibrations in particular in your arms throughout a 5k run of a normal stroller, I thought it would be okay. It really wasn't. The small wheels, lack of suspension is not ideal whatsoever. It was an uncomfortable ride for me, let alone my little one in there. So after that, I realized that I enjoyed taking the stroller with me during an event, but you really need to get one that's suited to that job. And the Thule here does that perfectly well. There are numerous other brands out there also, so please don't feel like this is a biased review towards this. But realistically, for anybody out there with young children and struggling to get back into fitness, this is a great solution. It's a perfectly good usable pram. We've even used it to travel with. Yes, it's bulkier than others. Nice advantage with this one, the wheels do slip off very, very easily. When I first moved to Dubai, for example, I was driving a Mitsubishi Lancer and this fit more than adequately within the boot space of that. So my personal recommendation, if running is your thing and you're struggling with the concept of childcare, I really would consider looking down the route of getting yourself a running buggy. Also, it's a great little added bonus when you do an event and you start right at the back with one of these and you come through the field and especially beat some of the other fat boys whilst pushing one of these. They will turn around and say it's a running aid, But I think a future video will prove it's definitely not a running aid.
Now I think 4 weeks out from Ironman Victoria Gasteiz. Feeling good. Running's definitely come on a long way. I've put in a few decent 35k runs, which I'm pretty happy with. Cycling's been difficult. Had to spend a lot of time on the turbo trainer, but you've got to get it done. Swimming, there's well, I've been swimming in a place called Mitchett Lake, which is meant to be crystal clear and beautiful. I can tell you it is absolutely not. It is horrible, but you've got to do what you've got to do. Okay, so we are in well, we're cycling on our way to Brighton at the moment from Farnham. Training's been pretty interesting the last few weeks. Running's been really good. Swimming's been pretty good, but cycling has been hard. The conditions have not been good at all. I am joined today by my honorary overseas member CJ, who has done absolutely no cycling since we went across America in 2018. So he's joined me for about 160k today, which is very nice of him, considering he hasn't done 160k in about 3 years total. As you can see, my tyre is a little bit different to what it usually is. It's currently raining. It's been raining for the last 3 weeks I've been in England. Not quite Mallorca and not quite Dubai, so it's pretty grim. Roads are horrible, training's hard, but we're doing it. So we are, how far are we? We're 3 hours and 10 minutes into the ride. And as you can see, it's not very pleasant. It's actually started to piss down. I think we've got about another 3 hours to go, and then I've got cricket this afternoon, so that'll be good. But yeah, nice to get some miles in. To be honest, I hope cricket's cancelled so I can get a run in. But nice to get out, nice to actually see some rain, and we'll keep kicking on.
Apple AirTags have been around for a fair while now. There are loads of videos on YouTube showing people tracking their valuables across the world. So the Fat Boys thought we'd set a challenge. Up to our quadra and let someone steal our bikes. Well, it didn't quite go to plan. Let's see. Right, so you've got 5 minutes. Steal my bike.
Dick Dastardly. Let's leave him his helmet. This is yours, yeah? That one over there.
Check I take the right bike.
That one over there.
Alright, okay. I'm on it. So it was all going so well. The AirTag was showing on the phone, and then I started wandering about. It hadn't moved. I had to call Craig after about 25 minutes in front of loads of people wondering what I was doing at our quadra to give a little bit of a hand. Then it started to work.
Right, so that, we've gone away from it. I've come out of the blue circle, going that way.
Okay.
So I've got to go back that way. Right. Ah, that's better, isn't it? So I've got to get... I'm in the zone. So if I go this way, which way am I going? Going this, I'm going that way. I need to go over there.
Further away or closer?
Oh.
Now press to find.
Oh.
It's got the sparkles.
Follow this path. Oh, 25 feet, 24 feet, 23, 22. To your right. 18 feet ahead. Look at that.
There it is.
Look at that.
There it is.
Buzzing.
So, crafty Craig.
Yes. Where is it? Is it under the saddle?
Yeah.
So in order to beat this, I would simply just need to remove your saddle before I steal your bike.
Correct.
Right. Okay. But
Did you know it had a tag on it?
No, not at all. Not at all. Can you put the tag on the frame as well?
Yes.
Could it go, for example, underneath the bottom of the frame?
Yes.
Well,
or in a bottle.
yeah. Well, it works.
So about 10 foot away, it started to find it. So a bit of an inconclusive test. However, for just around £25, is it worth it to save your bike? As we all know, Woolfy is no stranger to duathlons. The last duathlon he did, he said, was harder than a triathlon. So let's catch up with him in the UK, see how his preparations are going.
Okay, so this is my UK bike. It's a Carrera Road Pro TDF, as you can see. It's an aluminium frame, so much different to my bikes in Dubai. As you can see, with the weather being so bad, it's been through the wars. It's second hand, I bought it. A few features: I bought my clip-in pedals from Dubai. I bought my saddlebag for our punchers and my lights, just because obviously the roads over here, cyclists are not very welcome. It's just been serviced, so I paid a little bit more than what I would pay in Dubai. Didn't clean it up as much as they do in Dubai, I must admit. There's still a little bit of dirt around some certain areas, but to be fair, riding it in the UK, not too much of a problem. I did need to get a new chain, as it was very worn. In terms of the gearing system, to be fair, I have no idea what that is. Years old. Not too bad on the front, not too bad on the brakes. All round good bike. Only downside, it is a 8-speed, so not great in terms of certain things, but it will do for me and do for a little bit of racing. So, just finished. Another tough one, I have to say. Very, very tricky course. The run obviously went out pretty quick. Obviously, a lot of the good runners out there was used to the cold weather, so I knew I was pushing it a bit. I thought, stick with it as you can. Some went ahead, some dropped off. Not too bad coming in. Done my 2 laps, done with my bike. Good, very technical in terms of the bends. So, someone like Pricey or Broom would have smashed it. They go on the bike. Poor Georgie boy might have struggled a bit, but yeah, it was really good. 8 laps, felt like a long while, but it was nice and quick. Unfortunately, with the 8 speed, it slowed me down a little bit. I felt like I need another 3 or 4 gears, but you know, happy with it. Coming in for the run, 3 laps of the to make it 3.6. Pretty happy with. I was aiming for a 120 finish, and on my watch it's 116. So all in all, good. Up the fat boys, and I would definitely do a 70.3 again over a duathlon.
Thanks to all the family and friends who supported Woolfy and helped him capture the race. That's it for another episode. Race season is upon us, so do expect more episodes full of racing, and we've got some smart, shiny new toys to review as well. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on our social media channels. See you in the next one.